Okay, here is the old Radiola 48. Let's see, I promised you a video to show what I've done and how to hook it up, I guess. So this wire here, I'll start at the top that you see coming off. That's an old cloth cover wire from the 50s. That's going to be your antenna wire. I decided to dig up something that kind of looked, like the original. All you need is just a long piece of wire, so hopefully that'll work. I did replace some of the tubes, the 24 tubes back in the cans here with some newer ones that tested good. Thankfully these two 45s here were good. These are expensive tubes. They're about $200 for a matched pair, and I think these are the original, and they're good. It's very cool. And also I think this is the original rectifier tube. Very cool. Anyways, what else? This is the, sorry about the camera work here. This is the pot I replaced. It's a dual 50K pot. I think I told you before, but this is an interesting radio where when you turn the volume up and down, all you're doing is killing the antenna signal or bringing the signal back in. That's all it's doing. It's a very primitive style of potentiometer, or also known as a pot. So whenever you're tuning a radio station, you have to be careful, because if you have this thing up pretty high because you're receiving a weak station and then you find a strong station, it will be very loud and you could damage the speaker. So I suggest it's going to take a little while to get used to, but try to start the first few passes when you're finding a radio station down low, then maybe bring it up a little bit more. And if you have a real strong radio station and you know you're getting close to it here, come over here and turn it way down and then go past it and then turn it back up. It's just tricky. You'll get used to it. This is the speaker you were asking about, the color-coded wires. I replaced it with this plug here. Be careful with this. There's some high voltage going through this wire. So this is not like a normal speaker, modern speaker, I should say, where you can touch it while the radio's on. Don't ever touch this while the radio's on. Also, if you ever accidentally turn the radio on and forgot to hook up the speaker, which it should always be hooked up, but let's say you first installed this and then you realized that you didn't plug the speaker in, and then you come back to plug it in, that's a dangerous situation, because these capacitors here in this block, this big can back here is full of caps. They'll take a charge and they'll hold that charge and they won't dissipate it if the speaker isn't plugged in, because there's some stuff not in the circuit. So the things to remember with this plug, be careful with it. Only touch the outside edges here. The inside prongs, don't ever touch those. You could get shocked. Just don't ever touch the inside there. Don't ever plug the speaker in with the radio on. And just be very careful. And this is exposed here. This is contact points for this transformer. That could shock you. So be careful. It wouldn't kill you, but it would hurt. Okay, you didn't send me your switch on the side of the radio. I forgot to ask, and those switches go bad a lot. So what I've done is I dug one out of my parts drawer, and hopefully it'll fit. Hopefully the wires are long enough. I think those will both be good. But this is the power switch, on-off switch, that goes on the side of the radio. I'm hoping you can just unscrew your old one and pop this one in its place, because these switches go bad a lot, and I'm afraid yours might be bad. And if I don't have it to test it, I just can't confirm that. So what else? What else should I tell you about when you install it? I think that's about it. I use a lot of quality resistors in this. These are like 6-watt, North American made, no Chinese stuff in here. I also used, this is cloth covered wire. You can see it. This is reproduction cloth covered wire that matches the old stuff. The only place I didn't use cloth covered wire is this switch wire. This switch gets kind of handled a lot. I just wanted some good high quality flexible wire that would last a long time, and you won't see it. So what else? I replaced the light bulb. I'm going to include some parts, spare light bulbs, spare tubes, the old parts that I pulled off, like the old potentiometer. It was a wire wound one. They're just not reliable, but it should stay with the radio anyway, so I'm going to return that. What else should I tell you about? Oh, that that interstage isolation transformer that you purchased for me, that is located in this can, along with the new capacitors. I pulled all the guts out of the old one and restuffed it with new ones, and also I hid some new capacitors up under these. So I tried to keep all the new parts that are obviously new looking hidden. You can see one little cap back in there. That's a new one. That's a 1,000-volt cap, actually. All right, well, let's plug it in here. I did replace the line cord as well. This is the new end I used. I like this. This is a 1950s style end, but why I like it is it has 2 fuses in there. So never play this radio unattended. But if something bad should happen, in theory, one of these fuses will blow. These are 1 amp fuses. But still, never walk out of the room with it playing, because I mean, I have no idea. Well, I should say I have no idea, but I'm not certain that transformer, if it went bad and blew up, I'm not certain this fuse would blow first. It should, but electricity does funny stuff, so can't guarantee that. So just yeah, moral of the story: don't ever play this radio unattended. So let's turn it on. And here in Texas, we don't have any good oldie stations like you do in Raleigh. So all we got is talk radio and Hispanic stations. Sometimes this tube is a little slow to light up. This is one of these 45s. I don't know why. See, it's real slow. There it comes. All right. Ooh, yep, see? Volume is touchy. That's a strong station.
Available only to
See, now I'm not hearing anything, so I have to turn the volume up to hear a little bit of static. Oh, and that buzzing noise, that's some lights I have on around here. That's some local interference. Yeah, I don't know exactly where that's coming from. Let's see.
Selling America by the pound for billions of personal
Talk radio. That's all we have here. You might want to get yourself an AM transmitter if you like certain oldie music. I don't know if you can pick up the Raleigh station.
Amén. Amén. Gracias.
Mi hermana quisiera que
Hispanic
hiciera
station.
su última parte. Jail. Just since April.
Yeah.
develop a plan, one that focuses on your organization.
Ooh, see? Yeah. Yep. Another thing you might notice is it'll get louder when you touch the antenna wire. That's how it's designed. That's what this knob is basically doing. It's increasing the signal and decreasing the signal. So when you touch it, your body kind of acts as an antenna and it increases the signal. Especially if you touch it up here sometimes, even the knob, your body's acting as an antenna and it's increasing the signal and it gets louder. So yeah, it's just the odd design of a 1920s radio. So I hope I covered everything. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'm going to have this thing packed up as good as I can. The airplane I'm flying out there, it's a plane I'm flying myself. So only I will be handling the bags. So I'll do my best to get it there unharmed. So I'll see you in Raleigh.